नमस्कार दोस्तों, एक बार फिर से स्वागत है आपका आपके अपने YouTube चैनल टारगेट जीपे द स्टेयर ऑफ सक्सेस. So as you know, in this video we are going to discuss important MCQs of pharmacology for GPA. If you watched previous video, you know very well that we are discussing this question from a book which is the K.D. Tripathi multiple choice question pharmacology, and topic is first, which is general pharmacological principles. Friends, we have discussed approx 45 question of this topic in previous video. If you have not seen that video yet, then definitely watch that video after this video. I put it in end screen so you can watch from there. So let's start this video now. So now we will discuss from question number 2.37. So let's start. So the question number 2.37, which is, which of the following is not a primary fundamental but a derived pharmacokinetic parameter? Option: bioavailability, volume of distribution, clearance, plasma half-life. So the right answer of this question, which is plasma half-life. It is a parameter which is derived pharmacokinetic parameter, not a fundamental parameter. So now let's talk about next question, which is 2.38. If a drug is eliminated by first order kinetics, a constant amount of drug will be eliminated per unit time. Its clearance value will remain constant. Its elimination half-life will increase with dose, or it will be completely eliminated from the body. So the right answer of this question is B. Its clearance value will remain constant. Now let's see next question. If a drug has a constant bioavailability and first order elimination, its maintenance dose rate will be directly proportional to its volume of distribution, plasma protein binding, lipid solubility, or total body clearance. The right answer is total body clearance. Okay, both are same question. Next, 2.40. If the clearance of a drug remains constant, doubling the dose rate will increase the steady state plasma drug concentration by a factor of 3 to 1.5, 1.3. Right answer is B. 2. Question number 2.41. When the same dose of a drug is repeated at half-life intervals, the steady state plateau plasma drug concentration is reached after 2 to 3 half-lives, 4 to 5 half-lives, 6 to 7 half-lives, and 8 to 10 half-lives. Right answer is 4 to 5 half-life. Okay. Next, 2.42. The loading dose of a drug is governed by its renal clearance, plasma half-life, volume of distribution, elimination rate constant. So the right answer of this question is the loading dose of a drug is governed by its volume of distribution. Okay, distribution. Monitoring of blood levels of diuretic drugs is not practiced because no sensitive method for measuring blood level of diuretics are available. It is easier to measure the effect of these drugs. Response to diuretics is not related to their blood levels, and diuretics need activation in the body. So right answer is B. Monitoring of blood levels of diuretics drug is not practiced because it is desired to measure the effect of these drugs. Next, 2.44. Monitoring plasma drug concentration is useful while using antihypertensive drugs, levodopa, lithium carbonate, and MAO inhibitors. So right answer of this question is monitoring of plasma drug concentration is useful while lithium carbonate. C is the correct answer. Next, sustained control release is oral doses form is appropriate for the following type of drug: an anti-arthritis with a plasma half-life of 24 hours, a sleep-inducing hypotonic with a plasma half-life of 2 hours, an antihypertensive with plasma half-life of 3 hours, and an analgesic with a plasma half-life of 6 hours used for relief of casual headache. So the right answer of this question is C, 2.5. C. Right answer is C. Next, 2.6. Microsomal enzyme induction has one of the following feature: takes about 1 week to develop, result in increased affinity to the enzyme for the substrate, it is irreversible, can be used to treat acute drug poisoning. So right answer of this question, microsomal enzyme induction has one of the following feature, which is it takes about 1 week to develop. Okay. Next question. Which of the following drugs acts by inhibiting an enzyme in the body? Atropine, allopurinol, levodopa, metoclopramide. So right answer of this question, which is B. Allopurinol drugs act by inhibiting an enzyme in the body. Next question. The following is a competitive type of enzyme inhibitor: acetazolamide, disulfiram, physostigmine, theophylline. So the right answer of this question is physostigmine. Next question. What is true in relation to drug receptor? All drugs act through a specific receptor. All drugs receptors are located on the surface of the targeted cell. Agonists induce a conformational change in the receptor, and partial agonists have a low affinity for the receptor. Right answer of this question, C. Agonists induce a conformational change in the receptor. Question 3.4. Drugs acting through receptors exhibit the following feature except structural specificity, high potency, competitive antagonism, and dependence of action of lipophilicity. So the right answer of this question, drug acting through receptor exhibit the following except dependence of action on lipophilicity. Study of drug receptor interaction has narrow shown that maximal response occurs only when all receptors are occupied by the drug. Drugs exert an all or no action on a receptor. Receptor and drugs acting on it have rigid complementary lock and key structural feature, and properties of affinity and intrinsic activity are independently variable. So the right answer of this question is D. Okay, property of affinity and intrinsic activity are independently variable. A partial agonist can antagonize the effect of a full agonist because it has high affinity but low intrinsic activity, low affinity but high intrinsic activity, no affinity and low intrinsic activity, and high affinity but no intrinsic activity. So the right answer of this question, a partial agonist can antagonize the effect of a full agonist because it has high affinity but low intrinsic activity. Receptor agonists possess affinity but no intrinsic activity, intrinsic activity but no affinity, affinity and intrinsic activity with a plus sign, or affinity and intrinsic activity with a minus sign. So the right answer of this question is C, affinity and intrinsic activity with a plus sign. Next question, 3.8. Agonists affect the receptor molecule in the following manners: alter its amino acid sequence, denature the receptor protein, alter its folding or alignment of subunit, and induce covalent bond formation. So the right answer of this question is agonists affect the receptor molecule in the following manners, which is alter its folding or alignment of subunits. C is the correct option. 3.8. Next question, 3.9. Receptors perform the following functions or functions: ligand recognition, signal transduction, both ligand recognition and signal transduction, disposal of agonist and antagonist. So the right answer of this question, receptors perform the both function, ligand recognition and signal transduction. Next, the following receptor type has a 7 helical membrane spanning amino acid segment with 3 extracellular and 3 intracellular loops: tyrosine protein kinase receptor, gene expression regulating receptor, intrinsic ion channel containing receptor, and G protein coupled receptor. Question is too easy, you all know the answer very well. The right answer is D. G protein coupled receptor has a 7 helical membrane spanning amino acid segment with 3 extracellular and 3 intracellular loops. Next question, which of the following is a G protein coupled receptor? Muscarinic cholinergic receptor, nicotinic cholinergic receptor, glucocorticoid receptor, or insulin receptor? Right answer is muscarinic cholinergic receptor is a G protein coupled receptor. Next, the following receptor has an intrinsic ion channel: histamine H1 receptor, histamine H2 receptor, and adrenergic alpha receptor, and GABA benzodiazepine receptor. So the right answer of this question is yes, D, GABA benzodiazepine receptor. Next, select the receptor that is located intracellularly: opoid microreceptor, steroid receptor, prostaglandin receptor, or angiotensin receptor? Right answer is
prostaglandin receptor.
Agonists induce autophosphorylation, internalization, and downregulation. Is a distinctive feature of G protein coupled receptors, intrinsic ion channel containing receptor, tyrosine protein kinase receptor, or receptor regulating gene expression? So the right answer of this question is C, tyrosine protein kinase receptor. Next question, all of the following subserve as an intracellular second messenger in a receptor mediated signal transduction except cyclic AMP, inositol triphosphate, diacylglycerol, and G protein? The right answer is D, G protein. Next, 3.16. The receptor transduction mechanism with the fastest time course of response effectuation is: A, adenylyl cyclase cyclic AMP pathway, phospholipase C IP3 DAG pathway, and intrinsic ion channel operation protein synthesis modulation? Right answer is the receptor transduction mechanism with the fastest time course of response, which is intrinsic ion channel operation. Next, a receptor which itself has enzymatic properties: insulin receptor, progesterone receptor, thyroxine receptor, and glucagon receptor. Right answer is insulin receptor, which has enzymatic property. Next, downregulation of receptors can occur as a consequence of continuous use of agonist, continuous use of antagonists, chronic use of CNS depressant, and denervation. So the right answer of this question is Downregulation receptor can occur as a consequence of continuous use of agonist. Next, the following statement is not true of log dose response curve. It is almost linear except at the ends it is a rectangular hyperbola. It facilitates comparison of different agonists. It can help in discriminating between competitive and non-competitive antagonists. Right answer is B. Next and second last. When therapeutic effect decline both below and above a narrow range of dose, a drug is said to be exhibit ceiling effect, desensitization, therapeutic window phenomenon, non-receptor mediated action. Right answer is C. Therapeutic window phenomena. And the last but not least, the last question of this video. Which of the following drugs exhibit therapeutic window phenomena? Options: captopril, furosemide, diazepam, empyramine. Right answer is D. Empyramine drugs exhibit therapeutic window phenomena. So guys, that's all for today. So today we saw the next 30 question in this video. Hope you like it. In the next video we will see the next question, so stay connected with Target GPAT. And one more thing, if you are preparing for GPAT and want to any help related to it, like notes, books, study materials, you can connect with us on our Telegram group and Instagram account. Here we help of student in preparing for GPAT. So links are in the description. Click and join with us. And thank you for watching this video. Bye.